Have you ever wondered why so many entrepreneurs say opening a US business bank account is their first and most crucial step to success? What if I told you that without one, managing your business funds can become a tangled nightmare, even if your business is booming? Welcome to Moving to America, the channel where we break down everything you need to know to build your new life and career in the United States. Today, we're diving deep into one of the biggest milestones for any immigrant entrepreneur: how to open a US business bank account step by step without losing your mind or your money. Whether you're just starting your first venture here or you're already managing a small team, this video is your essential guide. By the time you finish watching, you'll not only know exactly what you need to open your account, but you'll also understand how to avoid common pitfalls that trip up many newcomers. Stick around, because this could save you weeks of frustration and cash that could otherwise be invested back in your dream. So, why is opening a business bank account such a big deal? Imagine running your business with money mingled between your personal finances. It's like trying to plant a garden while stepping on your own roots. You lose track of profits, expenses, taxes, and growth potential. Banks in the US are the gatekeepers to financial tools, credit lines, loans, and payment systems that can propel your business forward. But only if you know how to work with them. Let me take you through the road I traveled when I opened my first business bank account here in America. A journey from confusion to clarity that I hope will be easier for you. First, you need to understand the types of business entities recognized by the US government, because this impacts the documents banks will require. The main categories you'll hear about are sole proprietorships, partnerships, limited liability companies, LLCs, and corporations, C-Corps and S-Corps. You don't have to know all the legalese right now, but knowing your business structure sets the foundation for everything else. When I started, I was a sole proprietor, meaning I owned the business myself, with no legal distinction between me and the company. That was simple at first, but as soon as I wanted to scale and protect myself legally, I registered an LLC. This gave me a chance to separate my personal assets from business liabilities, which banks love to see on your paperwork. Once you've picked your business structure and registered it with the appropriate state office, the real paperwork begins. Here's the core documentation you will need to open your US business bank account. 1. Employer Identification Number or EIN-2. Business formation documents. 3. Operating agreement or bylaws. 4. Personal identification. 5. Business license or permits, if applicable. Let's break these down one by one. The Employer Identification Number, or EIN, is like a social security number for your business. It's issued by the IRS and required for most types of business accounts. Don't worry, it's free and you can apply online, usually getting it the same day. Without an EIN, your chances of being approved by a bank plummet. Trust me, trying to open an account without this is like trying to get into a club without an ID. Next, you will need your business formation documents. These are the papers you filed with your state office, like your articles of organization for LLCs or articles of incorporation for corporations. They prove your business is legitimate and legally registered. Then there's the operating agreement, which outlines the ownership and operational structure of your LLC, or bylaws if you have a corporation. Banks want to see who actually controls the business before giving you access to the account. Of course, your personal identification is crucial, typically a passport or driver's license. Since you're an immigrant, your visa or green card might also come into play here. Finally, some businesses need a license or permit to operate, which can vary by state and industry. For example, if you own a restaurant, you'll need health permits. Banks may request these to verify your business activities. Now, many newcomers hit the same roadblocks here. Banks don't all play by the same rules, especially when it comes to non-US citizens or folks with limited credit history in the US. That was my experience too. I walked into a bank once, fully prepared only to be told they couldn't open an account for me because I lacked a social security number, SSN. It's a common misconception that you absolutely need an SSN. The truth? Many banks accept an individual taxpayer identification number, ITIN, instead, but you have to ask and sometimes shop around. Here's a tip from my journey. Start with banks that are known to work with immigrants and small businesses. Think larger national banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America. These banks usually offer specific business banking packages tailored to entrepreneurs like you, though their requirements can be strict. On the other hand, local community banks and credit unions might be more flexible, often providing personalized service and more understanding of immigrant needs. When I opened my account, I also kept in mind the fees involved. Some banks charge high monthly fees, minimum balance requirements, and transaction limits that can add up fast. Look for no monthly fees or low minimum balance accounts to keep your startup costs low. You might be wondering, is it possible to open my business bank account remotely? The short answer, sometimes yes, but often no. Most banks prefer or require you to visit in person because they need to verify your identity and documents. However, there are newer online banking options designed for small businesses, but these tend to come with their own restrictions and limitations, so weigh your options carefully. Another game changer you should know about is the importance of building business credit early. Your business account is your gateway to that. Separate finances make it easier to track income, expenses, pay taxes accurately, and even secure loans or credit cards under your business name later on. This, in the long run, can significantly impact your ability to grow and access capital. Let me share a little-known fact that surprised me. Some banks will ask for a personal guarantee for business accounts, meaning you're personally responsible for the account if the business fails. This is exactly why having your business registered and your documentation solidified first is so critical. Here's a step-by-step summary to make sure you're ready. 1. Decide on your business structure and register it officially. 2. Get your EIN from the IRS online, free and fast. 3. Prepare your formation documents and operating agreement. 4. Gather your valid identification and any business licenses or permits. 5. Research banks that accept foreign-born business owners and review their fees. 6. Schedule a visit or verify online application possibilities. 7. Bring everything with you, stay patient, and ask questions. Don't accept a flat no without trying another bank. Before we go any further, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried to open a business bank account in the US? What was your biggest challenge? Drop your story in the comments below because your experience can help someone else avoid the same pitfalls. And if this video is helping you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Moving to America for more insider tips on building your life and business in the US. Now, a quick bonus insight before we wrap up. If you're still in the early planning stages and haven't registered your business yet, consider talking to a legal or financial advisor who specializes in immigrant entrepreneurs. They can guide you on the ideal business structure for your goals and help you avoid costly mistakes. The right foundation saves you so much headache later on. Also, keep in mind that the banking environment in the US is evolving. New fintech companies are pushing boundaries, creating digital business accounts that might someday replace traditional banks for many. Keep an eye on that space for future opportunities. In closing, remember this. Opening a US business bank account isn't just a bureaucratic step. It's a powerful move that legitimizes your hustle, protects your money, and opens doors to countless opportunities. You're building a future here, and a strong financial foundation is the first brick. Thank you for watching this guide on how to open your US business bank account. Stay patient, stay prepared, and don't let hurdles stop your dreams. Here at Moving to America, we're rooting for you every step of the way. See you in the next video, where we'll tackle the secrets to getting your first business loan as an immigrant entrepreneur, because every big journey starts with the right steps. Until then, keep building, keep believing, and welcome to your new beginning in America.